Yes. Number 3. 2, 3. Okay. So we have 2x minus 5y is equal to 7, and the question asks you to change the subject to y. So we have only one y term here, but it is on the negative side. So I'm going to move this to the right-hand side and move the non-subject terms to the left-hand side, like this. And then now the 5y is on the positive side, and y is multiplied by 5. So I just need to divide the 5 to the left-hand side, like this, okay? And then write the subject on the left. It's 2x minus 7 divided by 5, okay? So the answer is C. Is okay? So this is question number 3 for the quiz. Okay, and then so anyone want me to talk about number 4? You may raise your hand if you want me to talk about any questions. Number 4, anyone? Number 5? Number 6? Number 7? 6. Is it 6? Oh, 5. Okay. 5 also. So number 5. So x is equal to y minus 2x divided by 2y. Okay, and the question asks us to change the subject to y. And there's a fraction on the right-hand side, but luckily it is the only fraction. Okay, this is single fraction. Okay, on right-hand side. So we may multiply the denominator to the opposite side. So multiply the 2y to the left-hand side is 2xy is equal to y minus 2x. Okay, and then I want the subject to be y. So I'm going to move all the y terms to one side, and then leaving the non-y term to the other side. 好，嗱呢個留意啦，可能有啲同學咧會咁樣做喎。2xy minus y is equal to negative 2x. Okay, and if this one is the only term, is the negative term, okay, then I'm not going to leave the only term on the negative side. Okay, so instead I'm going to move the 2x to the left hand side and then move the 2xy to the right hand side. So y minus 2xy like this. Get it? And then the right hand side we have the y terms here, and then we will take out the common factor and it becomes 1 minus 2x. Okay, and just divide the 1 minus 2x to the left hand side. Okay, and then you will, so y will be alone on one side, and on the other side there is no more y term, so y is the subject. And then I just write one more step to write the subject on the left. It's 2x over 1 minus 2x. Okay, so the answer will be option A. Okay. How about number 6? Anyone want me to talk about question number 6? Please raise your hand. If you want me to talk about number 6, please raise your hand. Okay, number 6. So A is equal to B minus 1. over b minus 2, okay? And I want to change the subject to be b. And again, the right-hand side is just one single fraction. So we may multiply the denominator to the opposite side. So a times b minus 2 is equal to b minus 1, okay? And then we need to expand all the brackets. So ab minus 2a is equal to b minus 1. And because I want b to be the subject, so I need to move all the terms with b to one side. So this time I move to the left-hand side and the terms with no b to the right-hand side. So 2a minus 1, like this. Okay, and then I need to take out the subject b and then write down the remaining factors, which is a minus 1 is equal to 2a minus 1, no change on the right-hand side, and then just divide the a minus 1 to the right-hand side. So b is equal to 2a minus 1 over a minus 1, okay? And the answer will be option A. Can you get this? So this is question number 6. And then anyone want me to talk about question number 7? If you want me to talk about number 7, please raise your hand. Number 7, okay. So if x over 1 plus x is equal to a over 1 minus a, okay, and find change the subject to x. At this time, left-hand side is just one single fraction. Right-hand side is also just one single fraction. So we may multiply the denominator to the opposite sides. Okay, so the 1 minus a should be multiplied to the left-hand side, okay, along with the x. And then the 1 plus x should be multiplied to the right-hand side. Okay, becomes like this. Get 唔 get 到呢個 step 得唔得？因為佢係一整個分數，所以我哋就可以將個分母咧乘過去對面嘅分子嗰度啦。Okay, and then for the next step, when we have cleared the fractions, we need to clear the brackets also. Okay, so multiply the x to the bracket, so x minus ax. Multiply the a to the bracket, a plus ax. Okay, and now I want the subject to be x, so I need to group all the terms with x to one side, and then group all the terms with no x to the other side. So it's x minus ax minus the other ax is equal to a. But these two ax and ax are like terms, so they can be calculated first. So x minus ax minus another ax becomes x minus 2ax, okay? And then it's equal to a. And then we need to take out the subject. So take out the subject x, and it becomes 1 minus 2a is equal to a. And then just divide the 1 minus 2a to the right-hand side to make x to be alone on one side. Okay? So x is the subject now, which means that the answer will be option D. Get it? Option D. No. Okay. Anyone want me to talk about number 8? If you want me to talk about number 8, please raise your hand. Number 9. Number 9, right? Okay, number 9. 喂，其實 number 9咧係2個 number 8嘅喎 ，OK？ 睇下先啊，我話俾你聽點解係2啊。Number 9. Okay. So A is equal to H over 2 times A plus B. First, we have a number multiplied to a fraction. So the number will be multiplied to the top part of the fraction, like this, H times A plus B divided by 2. Okay? Yeah, and then the right hand side is just one single fraction. 我知點解你計唔到9啦。陣間話你知啊。Right hand side is just one single fraction, so we may multiply the 2 to the left hand side. It's 2a is equal to h times a plus b. Okay, and then we need to multiply, expand the bracket. 2a is equal to ha plus hb. Okay, and then the question wants us to change the subject to b. So I need to leave the b term on the right hand side because right hand side is the positive side. Okay, just subtract the ha to the left hand side. It's 2a minus ha is equal to hb. Okay, and then just divide the h to the left hand side. So it's 2a minus ha over h is equal to b. So b is alone on one side, and b is the subject now. And then just write one more step. But you cannot find the answer. Okay, you cannot find the answer. 好啦，嗱呢度咧留意啦，呢度咧你可以咧打粒星落去啊。OK， 呢一個位，你打粒星落去先。咁咧，點解係打粒星落去咧？因為我哋嚟到呢度嘅時候咧，我哋揾唔到答案。咁嘅時候咧，我哋會做多一步。你見唔見到我份數上面係兩個 term 相減嘅？我哋會將佢分開佢。We need to split the fraction back into two fractions. Okay? Can you understand this step? I just separate the two terms into two fractions with the same denominator. OK， 通常我哋咧係將兩個相加緊嘅份數，或者將兩個相減緊嘅份數咧，將佢合成一整個份數，係咪？但係有陣時咧，我哋做唔到 MC 裏邊嘅答案嘅時候咧，我哋會試一試咧，將呢度一整個份數咧，將佢分拆翻變成兩個份數相加或者兩個份數相減咁樣嘅。OK， 好啦，咁但係 ，can you see that for the first fraction is just 2a over h, nothing can be changed. But for second fraction, can you see that the h and h up and down can be cancelled by each other? Okay, because h and h is a pair of common factors. Okay, so what is remaining in the second fraction is just an a. Okay, and that is the answer. So the answer is option D. Is that okay? 得唔得？呢個 get 咩到 ？Sorry。咁呢度留意啦，即係有陣時我哋係需要咁樣做嘅，需要將佢分拆翻咧，變成兩個份數咁樣樣。OK。So let me paste to here. Yes， 嗱記住呢招喎，知唔知啊 ？OK， 即係因為喺 MC 裏邊咧，因為 MC 嚟講咧，你一定要係做到佢嗰啲 option 咧，你先知道自己做完噶嘛。其實咧嗱，講真，如果係喺 long crack 嘅話咧，呢一步咧，即係啱啱 B 等於 2A 減 HA over H 呢一步咧，已經做完咧，就已經攞滿分嘅啦。如果係 long crack 嘅話 ，O 唔 OK 啊？咁但係問題就係佢係 MC 嚟噶嘛，你一定要做到佢俾你嗰4個 option 嘅其中一個先得噶嘛。所以你就要知道咧，其實點樣由你呢一個已經係 perfect 嘅答案，但係轉一轉個樣，變做佢嗰啲 option 嗰啲樣咁樣樣。咁通常咧就係咁樣嘅啫，得唔得 ？OK。All right, so this is question number 9. How about number 10? Anyone want me to talk about number 10? Come on, number 10. Yes, number 10, right? Okay, number 10. So A is equal to 1 plus B over 1 minus B. And then I want to change the subject to B. And again, the right-hand side is just one single fraction. So I just multiply the denominator to the left-hand side. Like this. And then expand the bracket. A minus AB is equal to 1 plus B. And I want B to be the subject. So I need to move the B terms to one side. And this time, I keep the A and then subtract the 1 to the left. And then move the AB to the right-hand side. And then I need to take out the subject, B. It becomes 1 plus A. Okay? Finally, just divide the 1 plus A to the left. It's A minus 1 over 1 plus A is equal to B. And write one more step such that the subject is on the left. A minus 1, 1 plus A. Okay? And is there any answer? Well, actually, it is exactly equal to A minus 1 over A plus 1, right? Because 1 plus A and A plus 1 are just, can be swapped. Okay? So it is option D. 得，呢題應該冇乜特別嘅啫，呢題。Okay, how about number 11? Anyone want me to talk about question number 11? Yes. Number 11. So, if x is equal to y times z minus 3 over 3z, the question asks to find z. Okay, express z in terms of x and y. Add one single fraction on the right. Just multiply the 3z to the left. So 3xz is equal to y times z minus 3. Okay. And then expand the bracket. 3xz is equal to yz minus 3y. And I want z to be the subject. 嗱呢個又係喎，小心啲。如果我將個 yz 減過去左手邊嘅話咧，即係咁嘅話咧，就會留翻一個 negative term on the right hand side, which is not desirable. Okay, so I'm not going to do this step. I'm going to move the 3y to the left and move the 3xz to the right. Okay, like this. And then I take out the subject term, that is the z, from the right hand side, and then write down the remaining factor, y minus 3x. Okay, so finally, just divide the y minus 3x to the left. So 3y over y minus 3x is equal to z. Okay, it's like this. And then z is equal to 3y over y minus 3x. 好，不過咧又係咪揾唔到答案啊 ？OK， 揾到答案嘅話咧，我哋就要諗啦，有啲咩可以搞咧？呢度咧嗱，見到咧我哋 option C 同埋 option D 咧，其實都已經好似嘅咯喎。咁邊個似啲咧？嗱，如果你睇清楚嘅話咧，其實咧 option C 同埋 option D 個分母同我哋而家嘅分母咧係爭一個負號嘅啫。咁你睇下你記唔記得咧？我哋可以咁樣做嘅。We need to take out a negative sign. Take out a negative sign from the y minus 3x. So the y becomes negative y. And then the minus 3x becomes plus 3x, like this. Okay? And then the upper part, the numerator, is also like this. I take out, so the 3y is actually equal to negative of negative 3y, right? Just take out a negative sign from both the up and down. Okay, such that the up, down, extra negative signs can be cancelled by each other. Okay, so that will be equal to negative 3y over negative y plus 3x. Okay, so the extra negative signs are cancelled by each other, right? And, well, actually, the denominator, negative y plus 3x, the two terms can be swapped. It becomes 3x minus y. And then you will get the option D. 咁呢題咧，其實又係即係明明你已經做啱咗㗎啦，其實喺呢個 step 啊，呢一個 step 已經係一個滿分嘅答案嚟㗎啦。咁但係又係你，因為你揾唔到咧，佢 option A、B、C、D 裏邊揾唔到任何一個啱嘅答案，咁所以你要將佢轉一轉個樣。咁呢度咧第二種轉嘅樣，嗱呢度咧唔好將個分母分開做兩個份數喎，唔得㗎噃 ，OK？ 即係個分母相減嘅時候咧，就唔可以分拆做兩個份數嘅。咁咧第二招你要變樣嘅招數咧，就係上下都抽個 negative sign 出嚟。就算佢本身係得一個正數嘅 term， 好似呢個 3y 咁樣，我哋都夾硬將佢寫做咧負 3y，double negative 3y。OK， 將佢夾硬咧整個負號出嚟咁樣，然之後就上下一齊約一個負號，咁樣去做。OK， 咁嘅時候咧你就會揾到個答案嘅啦。So this is question number 11. Get it? How about number 12? Does anyone want me to talk about question number 12? Please raise your hand. Okay, number 12. Oh, 睇下呢個有冇啲咩特別先。Number 12. So A plus X over B plus X is equal to C over D. And again, left hand side is just one single fraction. Right hand side is just one single fraction. So we may multiply the denominators to the opposite side. Okay? 即係一整個份數就可以將分母乘過去對面嘅分子嗰度啦。好啦，咁之後咧，我哋將右下角嗰個 D 乘過去左上角個 A 加 X 嗰度 ，D times A plus X， 跟住將左下角嘅 B 加 X 乘過去右上角嘅 C 嗰度，即係咧 C times B plus X。Can you get this step? So we have cleared the denominators now, and then we need to clear the brackets also. So multiply the D. So D AD plus DX is equal to BC plus CX. Okay, and now I want X to be the subject, right? Let's see. Yes. I want X to be the subject. So I need to move all the terms, all the X terms to one side. Okay, so move the CX, subtract the CX to the left, and then subtract the AD to the right, BC minus AD. Okay, and then take out the X, it's D minus C is equal to BC minus AD. And then divide the D minus C to the right, it's D minus C, and then search for the answer. 有冇揾到答案呢？冇嘅話咧，嗱，今次應該係邊一隻咧？即係要轉樣嘅話，我哋學咗兩招嘅噃。第一招咧就係將個份數分拆成為兩個份數。第二招咧就係上下一齊抽個 negative 出嚟。feel 唔 feel 到？今次應該用第一招定係第二招啊？呢度嗱，你要見到咧就係咧，其實 option 邊個 option 最似我哋呢個答案咧？就係 option D 啦，係咪？其實咧，我哋夾硬喺上面 is take out the negative sign. The BC becomes negative BC. Minus AD becomes plus AD. And for the lower part, again, we take out the negative sign. The D becomes minus D. Minus C becomes plus C. Okay? And the negative signs from top and from the bottom will be cancelled by each other. So what is remaining on top is negative BC plus AD. And then on the bottom will be negative d plus c. Okay, and then we just write the positive terms in the front, the minus term at the back. That is AD minus BC, and the lower part is C minus D, and you'll get option D. OK， 係嘛？嗱，又係咯，又係呢啲啦。去到呢一個 x 等於 BC 減 AD over D 減 C 咧，基本上如果係 long questions 嘅話咧，你已經做完㗎啦，得唔得？你已經攞到滿分㗎啦，得唔得 ？OK， 咁但係又係我哋冇答案嘅話咧，咁我哋就要繼續啦，係嘛？繼續做到有答案為止。今次咧，我哋就係上下一齊抽 negative sign 呢一招嘅，咁樣樣。Okay, so this is question number 12. Okay, how about 13? Anyone want me to talk about 13? $14, 13, is it 13? 13. This one is actually not difficult. 好嗱，睇下今次又搞乜鬼啊 ？So A is equal to 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r h, and I want h to be the subject. 呢題咧其實咧睇落好簡單嘅喎，因為咧佢又冇分數，又冇括號，只係得一個 term 係有 h 嘅啫。咁我哋咪咁樣咯 ，A minus 2 pi r square is equal to 2 pi r h. Okay, and the h term is here, and it is now multiplied by 2 pi r, and then we just need to divide the 2 pi r to the opposite side, like this. A minus 2 pi r squared over 2 pi r is equal to h. Okay, and that is the answer if it is long question. H is A minus 2 pi r squared over 2 pi r. Okay, but again, you cannot find the answer from the options, right? 好啦，今次咧我用邊招咧？分拆做兩個分數啊，抑或係抽個符號出嚟咧？嗱，你見到分母得一個 term 嘅，即係唔係話有兩個 term 相加相減嘅話咧，佢就可以做分拆呢一樣嘢啦。OK， 即係咁樣樣。It becomes A over 2 pi r minus 2 pi r square over 2 pi r. Okay? And then the A over 2 pi r has no common factor to cancel. And for the second term, 2 pi r square over 2 pi r. 2 and 2 are cancelled. Pi and pi are cancelled. R square over r becomes r. Okay? So, that is the answer. It is option C. 係咪又係爭呢一步啊？即係將佢分拆翻做兩個份數相減，然之後其中有一個咧就有好多嘢可以約揀到嘅咁樣樣。Okay, so this is actually option C. Okay. How about number 14? Anyone want me to talk about number 14? $15. $16. Yes, 16. OK 嗱，呢個咧即係佢嚇你嘅啫，呢個其實講真，冇乜特別嘅。So S is equal to n over 2 times 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Okay, and then I want the subject to be d. And again, so this is a fraction multiplied by a number. Okay, this is the big number multiplied by the fraction n over 2. First, I just multiply the number to the top part of the fraction. So that's n times 2a plus n minus 1 times d over 2. Okay? So the right-hand side becomes one single fraction. And then we may multiply the 2 to the left-hand side. It's 2s is equal to n bracket 2a plus n minus 1 times d. Okay? And then we need to multiply the n into the square bracket. 2s is equal to 2an plus n times n minus 1 times d. OK， 好啦，嗱，跟住咧呢度咧，我哋唔需要拆嗰個 n 乘 n 減1嘅，因為你見到咧喺嗰啲 option 裏邊，係咪其實好多咧都係 n 乘 n 減1咁樣樣㗎 ？OK， 咁我哋咧就暫時唔好拆佢住，睇下有冇需要先啊，陣間 OK 得唔得？因為咧呢個咧就得翻一個 d term 嘅啫，係嘛？我想將個 subject 做 d 嘅，係嘛？得一個 term 有 d， 咁我就將咧佢自己擺埋一邊。So 2s minus 2an is equal to n times n minus 1 times d. It's okay? And then we just divide the n times n minus 1 to the left-hand side. It's 2s minus 2an over n times n minus 1 is equal to d. Okay? So d is alone on one side and the other side has no more d terms. So d is the subject at this step. And I write one more step that to put the subject on the left. And do we have answers? 嗱，其實有一個 option 咧好似嘅，係嘛？見唔見到？就係 option A 個分母都係 n 乘 n 減1㗎啦，係嘛？分子咧爭啲咩咧？見唔見到我哋有個 common factor 㗎 ？This 2s and the 2an, they have a common factor 2. So we may actually take out the 2 this time, s minus an, and then n times n minus 1. Okay? And that will be exactly the same as option A. And that will be the answer. Get it? Okay, 17. Anyone want me to talk about 17? Anyone want me to talk about 18? 19? 20? 20. Okay, question number 20. So A is equal to B plus 3CD over B minus 3CD. And want to change the subject to be C, okay? But there is one single fraction on the right-hand side. So we may multiply the denominator to the left-hand side. A times B minus 3CD is equal to B plus 3CD, okay? And then expand the bracket, AB minus 3ACD is equal to B plus 3CD. And I want C to be the subject, so I need to move all the terms with C to one side, and then move all the terms with no C to the other side. So AB is on the left, and then minus B is on the left, okay? And it is 3CD plus 3ACD, okay? And I need to take out the common factor C, okay? And it's 3D plus 3AD. Sorry, it's C, not 3, C. And then just divide the 3D plus 3AD to the left-hand side, okay? AB minus B over 3D plus 3AD is equal to C. Okay? And then write one more step to make the subject on the left. Okay, but you cannot find the answer. Okay, so what can we do here? So can you see that there is a common factor on top? B is a common factor. And then on the bottom, 3D is a common factor. So there are some common factors which could be taken out. So take out the B on the top and write down the remaining factor, A minus 1. And then take out the common factor 3 and D on the bottom. And then write down the remaining factor, 1 plus A. But 1 plus A is actually equal to A plus 1. So this is exactly equal to option D. Okay, so that is the answer. It's okay? So that is the end of the quiz. And do you have any more questions from the quiz that you want me to talk about? Anyone?仲有冇邊係想講嘅？好，冇嘅話咧，咁我就完咗呢一個 quiz 啦，得唔得？好啦，嗱，跟住咧，我哋仲有一課要教嘅，即係關於即係呢個 mid-year exam， 仲有一課，呢一課係關於 probability 嘅 probability，OK？But today I am not going to teach you the Form 5 probability. I would like to do some revision on the Form 3 probability with you together. It's okay? So now, so please go to the classwork of today. Okay? The classwork of today. Can you find this classwork? So there are 14 questions. 14 questions. And all of them are about junior form probability. Okay? 好嗱，第五課啊，即係 Form 5第五課咧，就係關於 probability 嘅。咁我哋咧會學大約3/4，只係得一個 section 唔使學嘅啫，咁樣樣。OK， 嗰個基本上咧都唔會考嘅，咁樣樣。OK， 咁但係咧，我哋喺開始 Form 5嘅 probability 之前咧，我哋重溫一下咧 Form 3我哋學 probability 嗰啲嘅基礎嘅題目先。OK， 得唔得？好啦，咁啊我嚟咯。嗱，簡單嚟講咧 ，probability 係咩嚟嘅咧？即係一件事發生嘅概率 probability 就係 the number of favorable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. Okay, so it is always like this. Number of favorable outcomes divided by number of possible outcomes. It is always a fraction. 嗱，記住喎，唔知點解好多同學咧，好多同學啊，將呢一課 probability 咧，同前面嗰一課咧，咩 NCR 啊 factorial 咧，係撈亂咗嘅。 之前嗰課咧就係問你有幾多種唔同嘅選擇，或者幾多種唔同嘅結果可以出到嚟嘅，或者幾多種唔同嘅組合啊，幾多種唔同嘅排列方法啊咁樣樣，都係好多好多種嘅，係咪？通常都係幾十萬啊、幾萬啊咁樣嘅。好啦，但係而家呢度咧，呢一課咧，如果佢叫你揾嘅係 probability 嘅話咧，機會率或者概率嘅話咧，你記住一定係一個分數嚟嘅，得唔得？呢個分數咧一定係細過1嘅噃 ，OK？ 唔會話大過1嘅喎，個 probability， 知唔知啊？所以你計到，如果佢叫你求嘅係 probability 嘅話咧，你計到一個整數出嚟嘅話咧，你知道自己一定係錯㗎啦。或者如果佢叫你求咩 find the number of ways 啊咁樣嗰啲嘅話咧，你計到一個分數出嚟嘅話咧，又會係一定係錯㗎啦，得唔得 ？OK，so the probability of an event is calculated by this formula. Okay, number of favorable outcomes divided by the number of possible outcomes. 咁咩叫 favorable outcomes？ 咩叫 possible outcomes 咧 ？Possible outcomes 就係佢而家呢件事係做緊啲乜嘢嘢，有幾多個唔同嘅可能性 ？OK， 唔理佢要求啲乜嘢嘢 ，OK， 上面分子就係佢要按佢嘅要求，只係得翻幾多個可能性咧？咁樣樣都係唔係好明係咪？我哋睇個 example 啊，即係第一個 question 1。So let's go to the classwork. Classwork. Question 1. So a digit is chosen randomly from the telephone number 26183211. Find the probability of each of the following events. 好啦，而家咧係咪話俾你聽，即係喺26183211呢一個電話號碼裏邊，去到揀一個 digit 一個數字。嗱，你淨係睇第一句就已經得㗎咯噃。OK， 呢一句，sorry， 呢一句 ，a digit is chosen randomly from the telephone number， 咁你就可以知道個分母有幾大㗎啦。OK， 即係咁 ，probability is equal to a number over a number。The number of possible outcomes. So how many possibilities are there? 如果我哋喺呢8個數字裏邊揀一個出嚟嘅話咧，可以揀到幾多個咧？咁樣樣，即係有幾多個唔同嘅選擇咧？咁有8個咯，係嘛？咁呢個就係分母嚟㗎啦。分母就係你唔使睇佢題目求啲乜嘢嘢嘅，求啲乜嘢嘢之前呢一件事呢條題目啊。個 situation 係做緊啲乜嘢嘢咧？你就可以揾到個分母噶啦。好啦，咁但係分子係咩咧？分子就係睇佢求啲乜嘢咯噃，係嘛 ？OK， 分子就係睇佢求啲咩啦，即係個要求係啲咩啦 ？The digit chosen is 2。喺呢8個數字裏邊，當中有幾多個係符合 A part 呢一個要求嘅咧？ So among the 8 numbers which can be chosen, how many of them satisfies the requirement from part A? The requirement from part A is that the digit is equal to 2. So when you just look at the number here, there are 2 numbers, which is 2. Okay, so the number of possibilities, number of favorable outcomes is 2. 係嘛？8個裏邊有2個係2嚟嘅。So the probability is equal to 2 over 8. And then you just need to simplify this fraction. That is 1 over 4. Okay? And that is part A. That is the answer of part A. Okay? And then part B. The digit chosen is an even number. Even number. 好啦，嗱，今次咧都係揾 probability 喎，係嘛 ？probability and it is also equal to a number. And then the denominator is the number of possible outcomes. We just look to this, the first sentence. A digit is chosen randomly from the telephone number 26183211，仍然都係呢一個處境嘅，喺呢8個數字裏邊抽一個數字出嚟，係咪？咁嘅時候咧，我哋有幾多個唔同嘅可能性咧？咪就係有8個咯。Okay, so there are 8 possible outcomes. And then for part B, what is the numerator? So we need to look at the question of part B. Part B, the digit chosen is an even number. Even number. Okay, so how many of them are even number? 2 is an even number, and then 6, and then 8, and then 2. Okay, so out of the 8 numbers, 4 of them are even numbers. So the probability of choosing an even number is equal to 4/8. Okay, and then you just simplify this fraction. That is equal to 1/2. Okay, so that is like this.好，請問呢一度明唔明白？好，呢個位上你俾個反應我。If you are okay, if you understand, please give me a like or a clap for this question. If you understand this, please give me a like or a clap. So about finding the number of possible outcomes and finding the number of favorable outcomes. Thank you. Okay, if you have any problems, please raise your hand. 好，如果你頭先有任何唔明嘅話咧，舉一舉手，得唔得？好，嗱又係啦，呢度開始咧，記得 upload 翻上去個 Mat App 嗰度喎，得唔得 ？Mat App 嗰度啊，呢個係今日嘅 classwork 嚟嘅。Okay, so please remember to upload the solution to the Mat App, starting from this question. Okay, and then the next question. 好啦，睇下第2題喎。A letter is chosen randomly from the word definition. What is the probability that it is a vowel? Vowel 即係響音啊，佢都講咗啦，即係 A-E-I-O-U。好啦，咁喺呢度咧，我哋今次揀嘅時候 ，sorry。How many? So we're going to find the probability. Probability, okay, should be equal to a fraction. Normally, I will count the lower part first, the denominator first, okay? And number of possible outcomes. How many options are there for us to choose here? Okay, how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 letters, right? So the denominator should be equal to 10. And then 係嘛？嗱呢度咧又係啦，即係我想講嘅就係分母其實淨係睇呢一件事呢一句。A letter is chosen randomly from the word definition. OK， 係咪未去到 find 乜嘢嘢嘅嗰句㗎？或者未去到問你求啲乜嘢嘢嗰句嘅？淨係話俾你聽而家要做啲乜嘢嘢啫。OK， 呢個題目嘅處境係要做啲乜嘢嘢？係由 definition 呢個字裏邊揀一個字母出嚟，有幾多個選擇咧？咁咪有10個咯，因為佢有10個字母啊嘛，係嘛 ？OK， 好啦，跟住如果真係要求嘅係咩咧？佢叫你求嘅就係 what is the probability that it is a vowel A-E-I-O-U？OK， 當中有幾多個係 A-E-I-O-U 嚟嘅咧？咁我哋咪數一數咯。1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so out of the 10 letters, 5 of them are vowels. So the numerator should be 5. Okay, it's 5/10. And then it is equal to 1/2. That is the answer. Can you get this? So this is question number 2. And then number 3. Number 3. So Flora bought a box of candies. The number of each type of candies in the box is as follows. 好啦，而家係買咗一盒糖啦，跟住有唔同嘅味道啦，係嘛？有蘋果味啦，跟住呢個青檸味啦，同埋芒果味咁樣樣。咁 a candy is chosen randomly from the box. Find the probability that it is an apple flavored candy. 好啦，而家係做緊啲咩嘅咧？嗱，而家係揾 probability 係咪 ？Find the probability。咁但係咧，我哋喺 find the probability 之前咧，我哋就要睇下佢究竟係成個處境係做緊啲咩先啊？A candy is chosen randomly from the box。而家咧係喺個 box 裏邊揀一粒糖嘅啫。OK， 揀一粒糖嘅話咧，咁即係話 the probability 係一個分數嚟嘅。OK， 分數嘅分母有幾多個選擇啊？如果佢喺成盒糖裏邊揀一粒糖出嚟嘅話，即係 total 有幾多粒糖啦？就係問你係嘛 ？Okay, so there are 8 apple flavored candies, 20 lime flavored candies, and 22 mango flavored candies. So in total, there will be 8 plus 20 plus 22. That should be 50 candies, right? And then the question asks you to find the probability that it is an apple flavored candy. So I'm going to find the probability that it is an apple flavored candy. 呢個就係佢要求嘅嗰樣嘢啦，就係我哋要填喺分子嘅個數字。咁呢50粒糖裏邊，當中有幾多粒係符合呢一個要求嘅咧？符合呢個要求，咪就係 apple flavored candy 呢8粒啦，係嘛？咁即係話咧 ，the numerator should be just equal to 8. Okay, so that should be equal to 8 over 50. And simplifying this fraction, it will be equal to 4 over 25. Okay, so that is the answer. Is that okay? 好啦，嗱呢度咧，我想俾你試下做下先。And can you try to do question number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10? Okay, 4 to 10. Can you try to do question number 4 to number 10 now? So I'll give you 5 minutes.
Mr. Low, after we do the question, we need to hand in.
So let's check the answers. Number 4, if fair dice is thrown once, what is the probability of getting a number from 1 to 6? What is meant by a fair dice? A dice is a cube with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, with the dots， 即係咧，即係粒色仔啊 ，OK。fair 嘅意思咧，即係佢係公平嘅，即係冇做過手腳嘅，即係每一面出現嘅機會咧都係一樣嘅，都係1/6嚟嘅 ，OK。即係唔會話有一面嘅出現嘅機會係高過另外一面咁樣 ，OK， 係機會均等嘅，就係一個 fair dice 啦。好啦，咁而家係做緊啲咩咧？ So a fair dice is thrown once。而家炸粒色，炸一次。Part A， the probability is equal to a fraction, and the denominator is the number of outcomes, number of possible outcomes. Because we are throwing the dice one time, so there will be 6 different outcomes, right? Okay, so the denominator should be equal to 6. And then the requirement is from 1 to 6. The number is from 1 to 6. 由1至6都得，都係符合到嘅。咁即係話1至6裏邊6個裏邊6個都符合到，係嘛 ？Okay, so the answer should be equal to 1 in part A. It's okay. And then in part B, it is still asking us to find the probability of getting a number greater than 6. But we are still doing the throwing fair dice one time. So the denominator is still equal to 6. OK 係嘛？都係擲一次嗰粒色仔，咁所以個分母咧都係6嚟嘅喎，因為咧都係仍然咧係有6個可能性係可能會發生嘅咁樣樣。咁但係分子啦，今次係 greater than 6。我哋可能會擲到1點、2點、3點、4點、5點、6點。咁當中有幾多個係 greater than 6嘅咧 ？greater than 6係冇嘅，應該係嘛 ？OK， 因為只係得1至6點嘅啫。So the number of the outcomes which satisfies this requirement is equal to 0. None of them can be greater than 6. Okay, so the final answer will be equal to 0. All right, and then in part C, the probability is equal to a fraction. And the denominator is still equal to 6 because we are still throwing the same dice. Okay, and then the numerator is depending on what the requirement is. Okay, in part C, the requirement is that it is not 2, not equal to 2. So among the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outcomes, how many of them are not equal to 2? Will be just 5. Okay, it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are not equal to 2. So 5 of them can satisfy this requirement. Okay, and then, well, this is the answer because 5 over 6 cannot be simplified. All right, and then part D, the probability is equal to a fraction. Okay, and the denominator is still equal to 6 because we are still throwing the same dice. And then the probability of getting a number not less than 3. Not less than 3. 嗱，呢度咧講一講先，咩為之 not less than 3咧？我哋有幾個可能性嘅，係咪？有 ，sorry， can be larger than 3, can be equal to 3, can be smaller than 3. Okay, less than 3. 好啦，而家講咧就係 this is not less than 3. Okay, which means that I do not want this case. Not less than 3, which means that the requirement should be larger than or equal to 3. Do you understand? Okay, so the probability is actually we are counting the outcomes which is larger than or equal to 3. 大過或者等於3. So among the 6 numbers, how many of them are larger than or equal to 3? With 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Okay, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So there are 4 numbers which are larger than 3 or equal to 3. Okay? So the probability will be simplified to be 2 over 3. Can you get this? So this is question number 4. So let me paste it here. 得唔得？好，跟住 next one。嘅 upload 翻上去啊。Next one, number 5. So a bag contains 45 black balls and white balls altogether. If a ball is drawn from the back at random, find the probability of getting a then the probability of getting a white ball is 3/5. Find the number of black balls in the bag. 好啦，嗱，今次咧留意喎，呢一題咧，佢唔係叫你揾 probability 喎，佢係 given the probability 係3/5，係嘛？咁即係其實咧呢一種題目咧就係另外一種啦，就係咧可能有啲未知數，然之後咧佢話俾你聽一啲資料，你要自己列翻條式去揾翻未知數呢一種題目嚟嘅，係嘛 ？OK， 好啦，嗱睇睇喎，而家咧 a bag contains 45 black balls and white balls altogether。黑波同埋白波夾埋有45個。跟住 if a ball is drawn from the bag at random, then the probability of getting a white ball is 3/5. Okay, and find the number of black balls in the bag. 咁我哋咁樣咯，佢叫你揾 number of black balls 嘅話咧，我哋咪 let the number of black balls be n 咁樣啦。而家有 n 個黑波 ，OK， 好啦，咁如果有 n 個黑波嘅話咧，即係有幾多個白波咧 ？Then the number of white balls is 係幾多啊？我哋知道 total 係有45個波係嘛？有45個波，然之後咧當中 n 個係黑波，咁剩翻嘅就係白波啦。咁即係45 minus n。Okay, the number of white balls is 45 minus n。跟住佢話啦，佢 given 咗咧 the probability of getting a white ball is 3/5。如果抽一個波嘅時候咧，抽到白波嘅 probability 係3/5。我哋自己計一次先。Probability of getting a white ball should be equal to what？ 好啦，而家係抽喺個袋嗰度抽。So the total number of balls is equal to 45. Number of possible outcomes is 45, right? And then among the 45 balls, how many of them can satisfy the requirement? The requirement is getting a white ball. Okay, how many white balls are there? There will be 45 minus n. Okay. So the probability of getting a white ball is 45 minus n over 45. And this is our probability. But the question tells us that this probability should be equal to 3/5. Okay, therefore we can put our probability to be equal to 3/5. And this is how we can set up an equation, and then we can find the value of n. I just multiply the 45 to the right-hand side. 45 minus n is equal to 45 times 3/5. Okay, and 45 minus n is equal to 27. So 45 minus 27 is equal to n, and n should be equal to 18. Okay, therefore, the number of black balls is 18. And that is the answer. Can you get this? Oh, done that, you know. Do you have any problems up to now? So if there's no more problems, I may stop here. And please remember that I will upload this page, okay? This page to the home web platform, and I am going to upload the recording of today's lesson to the home web platform also, okay? So if you have any problems, you just go to the home web platform, and then yes, okay, and then just do some revision, okay? So if there is no more problem, then that is the end of this lesson and you may leave now. Goodbye.
Mr. Low,
Yes.
I can't submit my homework on the website.
Yes. I saw your message. Is that you?
Yeah.
Can you? So what's the problem?
After I click the submit button, it doesn't have any reaction.
Well, actually, sometimes you need to wait a bit because the file size will be quite large. Okay, so you may need to wait a bit.
Yeah. Yesterday I tried it again and it still can't.
Okay, maybe let me see. Maybe your security level of the mobile phone is actually higher than it's quite high. So it will block you from uploading any files or photos to the servers. Okay, so but if you cannot really upload to the Met app, so I will think about the other options for you. Okay, but give me a weekend to solve this problem. It's okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.